so warm.
It's way warm.
I found my new favorite place to hang out in the shop.
So this is our untested wood burning stove that we're going to use to heat the shop over here, and hopefully I just showed you a video of us being warm and standing beside this thing. But that's future me, and me right now still has to get some work done on this thing to be able to hook it up. Now we've made this in some past videos, and a bunch of you watched those videos, but for those that didn't, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap on what we did to get this thing built and looking like this. And then we're going to go ahead now and install it in today's video and fire it up. So we did all of that last winter, and we finished it up the last week that it was cold. So when we got it over here, at that point, it was pretty decent, and there wasn't really any need to hook it up, and we had lots of other work to do. But we've gotten lots of other work done, and now to keep moving forward, it's getting cold again, and it's time to hook it up. Now you can see, like way over there, that we've got a really tall ceiling in here, and this is kind of an odd building because it's got a concrete roof as well. So it's brick walls and concrete roof. And I don't want to sit and try to put a hole through this concrete roof. First of all, that would be a chore, and then I don't know how I'm going to seal it very well if I do that. So I'm going to run it right out that window right there. I'm going to take that down, and then we're just going to feed it right through there, and then up the side of the building and up past the roof line, of course. So that's our goal now. I've got a big piece of tube. I'm going to get Connor to start cutting some pieces off of that, and we'll start putting this thing together. Okay, so I guess we didn't have video rolling when we put up this here, and that unfortunately was a total pain to get up there and get in place, so we aren't going to go and reshoot that. So you'll just have to take our word for it that we put it up there, which obviously we did. The other end of this pipe has got a piece that matches this that turns and goes up, so it's pointing straight up there. And then we've got some more pipe on the outside that's just slid down over the top. Now we do have a spot up there we need to fill in yet, and I think that's what Connor's doing now. It's cutting us a board to put up there, and we're also planning on welding around that plate so we don't have any water come down it. It'll all just shed outside at that point. So we still need to do that yet, and we still need to hook up the blower on the other side. But I'm ready to go ahead and try to put a fire in this thing and see if we can get some heat, because it's a little chilly in here. Because we had that window open and it already wasn't warm in here, and it's really windy outside and it's really blowing in some cold air. So let's see what we can find to burn while Connor's putting the last piece up there. So I don't smoke, but I do cut, so I think we can make it light. Smoke up the joint. So there was some talk and concern about whether or not my breather holes up here, or dampener, whatever you want to call it, was too high, and it might be. We went ahead and opened the ash drawer down there at the bottom and let some air flow in through there too, but so far so good. We'll see what happens. I wonder if I close this now, does it smoke out of there? No, but I can see in there enough to see that the fire slowed down. And we don't have the wood burning real good yet, so we're gonna keep
Started dripping something out of the side.
dripping something.
Moisture, probably in the tank.
Oh yeah, just moisture in the tank probably. Just in the air, or the metal period.
Yeah.
So that's smoking a little bit out of there. So that might be a problem. I said before, if it was a problem, we could go ahead and put a dampener knob or holes or slider or whatever down there in that ash door, and that might be what we end up having to do, but play around with it for a little bit here and we'll see what we got.
At this point, I don't care if the shop's smoky, I just want it warm.
Okay. She's burning pretty good now.
Little tack right there just broke. Watch that metal go.
Oh yeah? Huh. Well, for the blower, we've got this old thing here, and we had one that we had on there that I made everything for on the other side there to match, and went to go plug it in, it didn't work. It was all burned up. So we went and scrounged up another one. Don't know if this one works or not either yet, but we're gonna find out soon enough. Need to straighten up this track a little bit here and cut some of that off, and then I think Connor's looking for a cord somewhere and see if we can't wire this thing up. I don't think we really need any of this garbage here on the side, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Tell you what, it's already way warmer right here. We don't have this blower hooked up, and we don't really have, like, you know, big fire going on in there. So that's encouraging. So we just cut the end off the extension cord like you've seen and strip back a little bit of wire here. I'm not 100% sure which ones do what. I know our blacks are hot when we plug it into the wall. but I'm not 100% sure what we got going on here. And we do have a little capacitor here, so we do need that for this style of motor. So we're good there on that. I'm gonna go ahead and have to turn the camera off or turn my phone off so I can look up and see which of these wires do what. I know a couple of colors do a high side and a couple of colors do the low side, but I don't remember which ones off the top of my head. Okay, so apparently the white is common, which it's always common usually, and 110 wiring anyways. And the black is going to be the high side of our fan. If we do the blue and the red, it'll be the medium and the low. But we're doing it, so we might as well put it on the high. And this thing doesn't have a ground coming out of it. It's got a ground screwed to the case. So I guess for now, we're just gonna hook up this and see if this motor even works. Go from there. Tape all this stuff up, and probably need to do something with that capacitor, not just have it dangling, especially since it don't plug into those wires real tight. All right, I'll take this and plug in and see if we make sparks or flames or move some air. Sweet. That seems like it might work, so happy with that. We'll go ahead and tape up this stuff and see what we can do to mount this thing down. Well, we've successfully already smoked up the place, not paying attention to the fire and having the door open. There we go. Connor found a little piece of strap and just reused those screws that we already took out of there. I'm already using one of the holes. Bring that little driver back over. That should be good. Now if we can get over there and drop this down there and not get burnt, we'll be doing good. Plug her in. Hopefully it's not too noisy. You guys can hear us talking, but yeah, that was blowing out some really nice air. We don't even have much of a fire in there right now at all. Actually, let me grab you and show you real quick. Most of the stuff we put in there earlier is already burned up. There's some coals in there, and that's about it. So yeah, not much of a fire at all. Bad boy's sucking in right there. And if you remember, I put kind of a zigzag thing going on here where it has to zigzag through a bunch of fins inside there, and then it comes down, and then it comes out here. And then actually, rather than the air coming straight out, it's coming out over here at an angle. So this, my friends, is the reason why I built this stove, the size and shape and all of that it is. And I'll go over it again real quick here and fill you in on the sizes in a second. But I have access to quite a bit of this wood. And this isn't the stuff from upstairs, by the way. This is some stuff from a company here in town that redoes pallets and breaks pallets down. And this is all wood that they're not able to use on the stuff that they're building. So it's all trash, and it was all going to end up going to the dump. So not only are we saving it from going to the dump, we're also getting some good heat out of it. And the best part about this is most of this stuff, if you see, is oak or some kind of hardwood. So it's gonna burn really good and pretty hot. So question for you guys. I'm sure everybody's got a little bit different answer here, and I'm curious to see what all your guys' answers are. So how do you guys start a fire? Now, I'm taking just some trash thrown in here. I got some scrap pieces off of my chop saw over there, a little bit of sawdust mixed in, some paper towels, and just whatever I could find basically around the shop. And I'm gonna sit that in there. I should have put it in there first. I did not. I threw a couple other pieces of stuff in there. And then I'm gonna put some of this stuff here that I busted up into some little pieces on top and see if it lights. I probably should invest in a cigarette lighter, I guess, too, because the torch is a little bit overkill. Although I think it does a pretty good job. So I'm gonna let this thing get rolling. I'm gonna go over to the other shop and grab my temp gun because I haven't brought it over here yet, and I'm really curious to see what kind of temperatures we're getting out of this thing. I'm guessing it's gonna be hotter than what my temp gun will read, but we'll find out.
It's gonna burn my face.
So you definitely don't want to touch it.
No.
The outside shield, outside past the
Here.
ductwork area there, is 250 degrees. And that has not been, it's only been going for about,
Yeah, we haven't been here that long. It hasn't been going.
about 20 minutes, something like that.
Put a
And
little tray up here to cook stuff.
cook some stuff.
Nothing greasy though. That'll make a mess.
If I go anywhere else on the darn thing, it doesn't read. It's hotter than 500 degrees because this reads to 500 degrees. And there's nowhere else that's even close to that. So.
I like it.
Also, you probably notice how loud that is in the background. The squirrel cage fell off the back of it last night. The little bracket came loose and
Bounced all over back here.
yeah.
Dented itself up.
So I kind of tweaked it back in place and put it back on there, put the bolts back in it that was holding the little track on that actually held it down in the little slot I built.
We're in the market for another scroll fan.
We're looking for another one of those because it's out of balance and making a heck of a racket.
not gonna last too much longer, but whatever. For now, it's fine.
It's good for today.
Good for today. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We won't be around. Then we'll worry about it.
I want to get you guys the dimensions real quick before we go.
While he's getting that, I'm going to tell you guys, happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate you. I appreciate all your thoughts and your prayers, and I appreciate you subscribing. We're very close to 50,000 subscribers, which is just mind-blowing to us. Also, our shipping woes continue. I found out that we're not going to get our t-shirts before Thanksgiving like I was hoping. They're not coming today. They're going to come first part next week. We'll still get them by Christmas. Don't worry. I just don't get to spend the next 4 days shipping shirts out. But that means that if you haven't ordered yet, you can still bounce over to the Hardcore Pal website and order a t-shirt, sweatshirt. I did order extra, so.
They're going to be over there continuously too. So.
Yeah, they are. So go ahead and.
Okay, so we're going to unplug that for just a second. So the sizes on this thing, the length of it is 52 inches. We made it 52 inches so that it would be able to put the pallet wood in there. The average
Because
pallet
we have
size.
no shortage of that.
The average size of a pallet is 40 by 48, so smaller than 52. No problem to get it in there and out of there, or in there. We're not taking it out.
It's coming out that way.
And then the width of this thing is 30 inches. So we started out with a 30-inch drum, and then this little shield piece that I put over the top of it is 3 inches thick, so it weaves back and forth in there through all that 3 inches. And our legs were like a 20-inch piece of I-beam, and it has half-inch webbing in there, so the half-inch legs underneath this thing is plenty strong enough. We've drug it all over and smacked it with the forklift, moving it around, and it's not going to have anything happen to the legs. So that was 20-inch I-beam, and it ended up probably being now about 18 inches to the bottom of the 30-inch drum that we started with, or old propane tank or whatever. And
That's even hot, man.
oh yeah, and that too. There was argument about what size we needed up here. That is 6 inch, and 6 inch seems to be working plenty good enough. So I guess we can plug this back in, make some racket, heat the building back up, and we can go back to work. And
Get back to work.
probably about
Again,
all we got for you guys.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
We-
Thanksgiving.
We appreciate you. We really appreciate all of your support. Thanks again.
Really do. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.